Okay, this is new. I'd like to welcome everyone to our Millionaire method.
The experiment.
And a little cheeky plug here. This is brought to you by Belief Coding.
Yeah, it is. I feel nervous because I'm on this side.
Human potential.
Oh, sorry. The evolution. Oh my God, that was funny when we got Abhijit to say it. The evolution in human potential.
And today I am interviewing the beautiful Miss Jessica Cunningham. Welcome.
Oh, thanks for having me. So weird, actually. I feel really uncomfortable being sat here, which is weird. I feel vulnerable, actually.
No, I think this is it's really, really beautiful for the guests to understand. Obviously, I am so blessed and lucky that you are a really good friend and I get to spend so much time with you. So the questions that I asked you at the beginning, I think loads of people will probably want to know. So we're going back on this one to when you very first started, like experiencing what I'm experiencing now.
Yeah.
Firstly, did you always know you was going to be a coach?
No, I did not know. I always wanted to be a life coach from being about 18 years old. I'm like, I'm 18. Who will listen to me? And yeah, but there's definitely from a very young age where I don't know. I can't describe. I wanted to, it's not even help people. I knew I was here to do something, but I didn't know what it was. Do you get what I mean? And even by coaching, I fell into coaching totally by accident.
So I know I did, we've done obviously some belief coding sessions with each other. You've always been quite an entrepreneur kind of. You had your first business at 16, didn't you?
My little caring business. It was funny actually. This has actually come up in belief coding sessions. So when I was 16 years old, I went to my local nightclub and I pitched to sell like alcohol test tubes and like key rings. And back in the day then nobody did. Like now you go out and you're like whatever and everyone takes pictures for key rings, right? But back then it was a very new thing that no one did. So I went to a local nightclub and I was like, look, can I take some pictures and sell key rings in your nightclub? I was shitting myself. We met at this bloody like posh hotel reception.
Is this at 16?
It's 16. Like the guy I was meeting was about 45, 50, right? And I went and bought a plastic, it was a leather bound wallet with plastic sheets in, right? I'd created a presentation and I'd slotted them into the thing and then I presented, but honestly, the nerves took over me. But obviously he's just in this like young 16-year-old, like pitching him, that would mega impress me. Do you get if someone who's 16 pitching me? And then I was so nervous. But when I've gone back to belief coding sessions, it's gone back to feeling not good enough in business because I felt not good enough, even though I got the thing. It was crazy. So yeah, and that was a real success. Although I didn't understand about profit share back then. So when I was making this money, I was supposed to give him 10%, but he never asked for it, right? And then I was like, I ended up spending it, but I was only 16. And then, it was just not great. And then anyway, then he was like, where's my 10%? And I was like, and I was so insecure. So then I ghosted him. And then I got banned from the nightclub. And my friends had to sneak me in the back.
So, do you know what? You've just speaking then, and again, it comes back to the mission. We want these young people to be turning into like entrepreneurs. And imagine, they've got inspiring stories. Like even you at 16 doing that, it's freaking amazing. And some of sorry, this is your interview.
No, go for it.
But some of the children that we've already worked with have already started going into. I've got one that's now been approached by GHD to be an ambassador for them. Yeah, like literally. The children that we're working with have come to us, have been referred to us for really serious kind of like where parents are literally at the end, don't know what to do, desperate. And now they're like literally like unbelievably following the dreams. But just listening to your story then at 16, it's already built in you as well. So we are the perfect people for this mission. Sorry, it's your interview.
No, anyway,
amazing. This is personal what I want to ask you because I have been your friend for a couple of years. Well, I've known you for nearly 4 years, but we've been really good friends for the last 2, and especially in the last year, we've spent so much time together. Relationships. So I've seen how difficult it is for when you're in business and how the person you are and you're so beautiful, you're so down to earth, you're so generous.
My face is all changed on my face.
I've seen people come and go, but I'm very, I'm onto things and I kind of take a seat back and just see how it unfolds, but it must be so difficult. for you to be in this line of work and be as successful as you are, to have people that you think that you can really trust, and then for him to, what you obviously handle it well now, but has that always been something that you've struggled with, like with relationships? The more success that you get, is it harder to maintain?
Well, I've never had success before. All my other businesses were failures. But I'll tell you what's interesting. How would I say this? So it's only really become obvious to me over the past 6 months that people have only come into my life for what I don't even think they realise that they're coming in to see what they can get. But when I haven't been able to give what they want, and I think it was one of my facilitators, she's like, well, a lot of people have been codependent on you. So when you can't give them what they want, then they get pissed off, they fall aside and everything. And it really made me see that, well, yeah. And I think for a long time, like, because I actually want to help a lot of people. So when people come in, I know I can help them.
I help a lot of people. Like, you've completely turned people's lives around. Mine,
I'll tell you what's funny though. Like, what's interesting now, right? So this is the belief that's coming in my head. So now I'm thinking people are going to think that question's been staged, because also
I generally want to know, because I've watched how difficult it can be, and I don't want. One of my beliefs, if you remember from the last episode, was my fear of that is kind of my fear of, like, can you trust people? I've already been let down twice in 1 year through business, but it's not that can you trust people. I'm also on about, like, relationships from when you started. Did working hard and wanting to be successful, did it affect your relationships?
Do you mean like my romantic relationships?
Both, and friendships. Yeah.
I would say not so much friendships, because I think, like, my friends are my friends, and, like, they love and accept me, like, for anything. Do you know what I mean? So, like, my really sort of like my core friends. And then I've made some amazing friends in belief coding. And again, like, they accept me. The friendship is only based on friendship. The friendship is not based on money. It's not based on status. It's not based on anything except friendship. It's a really difficult question. I think the thing is, right, I know certain people are going to be listening to this podcast. And I think that's why, and I don't want to.
This isn't aimed at anyone though. This is just a question because I'm dying to know. I don't want to get further on my journey, because I already struggle with trust.
So if we just strip everything back, I'll tell you one thing that I have learned over this. I've learned that people come into your life because a lot of people, and especially when you're in success, people come into your life because they're in survival instinct. Like, they see maybe, okay, this from a really primitive level, you know, this person can help me survive. Obviously, that's not the conscious level thought, but that is kind of like a subconscious thought. This person can help me, this person can help me. So I believe some people have come into my life for that reason, but not necessarily acknowledge that. And then when they leave, like, I've been vilified, but I mean, to be fair, I couldn't really give a toss because I can sleep and actually take that bit out. Because I feel like a victim. Do you like saying that? Like, I've been vilified, but actually can leave it in. I don't know.
Yeah,
leave it
it's
out, take
the
that.
truth, though, isn't
But
it?
I feel like now that I'm playing a victim saying that, but that's my perception of it, right? So what I will say is, over the past 6 months, I've really sort of just not kept my circle small, but I'm really now precious about who I spend time with, and just who's important to me. So, like, my family, like Alex, the kids, that's where I spend most of my time. Secondly, like, speaking to you, my sister, and then, like, my close friends. Whereas, and again, I think, like, we were going to do stuff earlier in the day where we were actually becoming business partners, and I was like, Gem, I don't think it's the right thing. I'm not there. But the friendship was still there. It was like, okay, that's cool, Jess. Don't worry, that's cool. Yeah. And the same with Kyle. You know, like, Kyle, bless him. My social media guy was like, Kyle, I'm going to go in a different direction. And it was like, okay, cool. But then we still spoke, and obviously Kyle's back working for me now because, like, we were friends. Yeah. The friendship wasn't dependent on me making them successful. It was just dependent on, well, I like this person. This is a cool person. It's just friends, you know. And also, I think it has been difficult though, because it's a funny thing, really. Like, when you, it is a funny thing. Like, when you do spend time with people and you speak to people often, and then it's just, it's a funny. I have questioned. Like, it does make you question who you can trust and who you can't trust. But at the end of the day, one of my other beliefs is, which is where the conflict comes in, is, you know, you trust people till they let you down. And that's it. So don't let me down, Jeff. No, I'm joking.
No,
I feel like I've waffled there. I feel like I've gone into a bit of a...
You've answered it. And obviously I've seen a lot of, like, this past year as well, but I'm a strong believer that people come and go and they have seasons. What is that saying?
Season, lesson, reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also believe that for where you're supposed to be, the people that aren't supposed to be coming on that journey with you, they just fizzle out or they just fade off. And it's happening to me. It's happening to me more so when I'm doing this Millionaire method, because my mindset's changing that fast. This is rapid transformation for me as well. This isn't just the experiment and what's like, I've got to keep up with what we're doing and the success and the money. I've had people say, no, you've got no time anymore. You're so obsessed with work. And I'm like, hang on a minute, I'm doing something that's my absolute dream. And
have you had people
I'm
say that
already,
to you?
my relationships are being affected. But then I'm thinking, why are they saying that to me? So because I'm doing the belief code and doing the work, it's not making me sit and think, oh God, are they right? Or am I doing this? I'm thinking, no, if you can't keep up with my pace, then you're not meant to be on this.
Yeah.
I'm really even more so standing in my power. But I've also seen that you're kind of being a bit like that now. And I think for that level up, people have to come up with you. You can't, obviously, you've got your close people and your family. Some family members don't even understand it. Like,
well, I'll tell you what's interesting actually. So with the Hunky Chops, the king, like he's super supportive, he's amazing. But like we have a really good relationship, and like I love spending time with him. He loves spending time with me. And when we haven't spent time together, he does get a little bit funny. And then what's nice though, like he's now, I feel, coming on here. So like he is incredible. Like he's an incredible businessman. He's super, super creative. He's amazing. I was like, oh fuck, I need this in my business. He's like, well, I can do that. I was like, really? And before, when he's talked about helping with my business, and this is an internal belief that's gone, I used to feel really scared. I used to feel like he would criticize me. I used to feel all this different stuff. Whereas now I'm like, yeah, like you are the perfect person for this, to take this part of the business to the next level. So he's like, we are definitely much on the same level. But I think every time you do this work and you start to level up, you know, relationships do sort of create friction, and the ones that are supposed to stay will stay. The ones that are supposed to go won't.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. I feel really uncomfortable now.
You're so amazing though. I literally look at, like, you know, when you speak to people, and I know we talk about this pity party and everything, but I actually watch you in full action being a mother to 5 gorgeous, amazing children. When I came back we were staying at yours, I think we'd come back from America. They were all come running out. It's like what you see on telly, like, and they're like, Mommy, missed you, and they're all running out the house. It was just so sweet. And then we came back a couple of weeks ago, and Alex,
we've been at the in-person event, haven't we?
Alex was there and all the kids are sat around having like hot pot and stuff. It was just so sweet. And to still have that family life balance and be as successful and on fire like you are, honestly, Jess, you are the most inspiring person, especially for mothers out there.
Okay, really, this episode is sponsored by Genmma Enya.
Big it's the God's honest truth though, you know that. And I just think, yeah. But anyway, I'll go on.
No, I don't really, I think it's the thing, right? So like I am quite private. I'm a very open person, but part of me, I'm also very private.
I don't think people know that family side of you.
No,
like, it's literally, I walked in and you're all like, the place was smelling of homely food. Alex is there. The kids are all around the table. He's like, do you want a bowl, Genmma? I was like, oh, thank you. Sat at the table with you all, and they're all just the little conversations around. You're just such the most down-to-earth, normal family, cute. Kids are going to, like, the 2 girls was having a bit of a bick. You're like, oh, stop. It's just beautiful. And then you're this powerhouse, and you really are. I think for people that always think, how can they juggle that? And I know you get asked that question all the time. It just happens for you because you're just the most natural.
Honestly, right? But it is belief coding. So I think as well, like, I think most people think that we have external help.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, but we don't.
I think I even thought that
Did
before
you?
I'd actually seen how your normal life and everything. Yeah.
But honestly, right, it is down to belief coding because like every time I feel stressed, I'll do a belief coding session so I don't get stressed. Like every time I feel overwhelmed, I'll do a belief coding session. So before belief coding, when I just had the 3 girls, I was a stressy, shouty mum, just trying to make ends meet, just traveling back and forth like to Manchester, which was a 4-hour round trip, just to show up. And it is literally just from doing belief coding. And I know this sounds like a plug for belief coding, which it kind of is, but that is the thing that's made me and also I used to sacrifice time with the kids. Like I'd be like, oh God, I have to have this meeting. I have to have this meeting. Whereas really, no, I don't have to have this meeting. I can have this meeting when the kids are at school. Like that's the reason why I do work, because I love my family, and I am a family person. Yes, I go away to America and stuff, but when I come back, it's very much like I would say I do have balance. Like sometimes work takes over, sometimes family takes over. Yeah. But the balance is very much ebb and flowy.
Yeah. I love it.
Oh, thanks, Jen.
I really love it. Now I'm going to talk to you about something else.
Oh,
I know it's coming up for me, and it's investing. Now, you invest a hell of a lot of money into your business, don't you?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Like, it absolutely freaks me out.
Look at
So I know, because I know it's coming. Like, I know that obviously my next investment obviously is all the earnings of my last launch, which I know that it's going to, this is how it's done. And I've obviously been in America and you've been learning, you're coached by the absolute best over there, and everything you do turns to success. But that is some scary shit, how much you invest into, like, am I right in saying like sometimes 100 grand on ads?
Yeah, 150 we've done the most.
Freaking
in 2 weeks, yeah. But to be fair, I want to get to...
What does that, how does that feel?
Well, I've done 100 a few times. Like the last launch we've just done, we did 50 and now we're doing an extra 10. So this month we'll have done 60K. But this is the thing, like, I've gone through such a weird journey with investing money on ads. So I've gone through this where I've been terrified to invest money because I had that, oh my God, what if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't work? And what I would say, like when we start doing your investment in your ads, we'll invest the amount that feels uncomfortable, a bit scary, but not give you the doom feeling. So the amount that if it doesn't come back, you're okay with it not coming back. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it might be 10 grand, it might be 2 grand, it doesn't matter. Just the amount that you're like, okay, if this doesn't come back, I'm okay with that. Obviously, I don't want it not to come back, but I'm okay. So the first time I properly invested on ads, I think it was about 5 grand. And then I spent 5 grand to get like my funnel bill. And that was a lot to me, 10. Like that felt really quite scary. And then my transition is just the weirdest thing where literally I went from like feeling scared, not like spending too much, to feeling terrified, not spending enough. But then the first time I spent 150 grand, I thought my brain was going to break. I had to do so much belief coding because that was really transitioning to the next level in the sense of, prior to that, I'd only done 50. That was my max. So to spend 3 times the amount, like I'm gulping now. I remember literally just doing a video. I'll see if I don't think I can find it on the archives actually, but doing a video in my car, I'd pulled over because I was just feeling like this anxiety. I was feeling like I was going to have a panic attack. I had like all of the internal thoughts were going through my head, like, you stupid woman, what the hell have you done? Oh my God, you're just so stupid. God, imagine just invested all that. What if it doesn't? What about if Facebook just decides to like shut down, or like, you know, like all of these internal fears were coming up, but it felt really scary. And I remember breaking down in tears, and it was actually my friend Chloe. Oh, do you know what? I bet I'll send you the thingy so you can listen to it. Okay, so this is the...
So, I've not listened to the full thing, but I'm just literally going to remind you about where you came from. I remember when we first started all together at Totally Primary, I asked you if you were the childminder because you looked too young and freaking amazing to have 3 children, beautiful children. You'd moved to Sheffield, you were in the house at Dronfield, and you didn't have much money. He used to beep around. I can't remember what the make of the car were, but with that little car that was on its last legs, he used to beep around the corner, smiling a little face off. He used to drive to Manchester. He used to message, say, can anyone pick the kids up? Blah, blah, blah. You have come, like, so far, right? So do not stay where you are, because if you'd have stayed where you were then, you wouldn't be where you are now. And now I'm a huge believer that when you get to this point where it feels like the pressure's on, your head's about to explode, you don't know how to handle the pressure, like, people are demanding all these things from you, and you start thinking, oh my God, can I actually do this? Yeah, you can do this, and you can make it work, and you have an amazing launch. 20,000 people signed up. I mean, come on. Like, even if 100 of them stay on and sign up to the belief coding and to the courses, you're winning. So look at the positive of it. You're freaking winning. Like, you're doing amazing. Keep going.
Oh my God, I know that.
But Chloe, she sent me a message, if we've still got it. I'll check on my phone in a minute. And she's like, Jess, she went, you need to keep going. She went, do you remember in Sheffield, I'm going to get upset. She went, do you remember in Sheffield when you were turning up with those 3 girls in that Toyota Yaris, you didn't have much money. She said, you didn't have anything, but you kept going like, this is it. You've got to keep going. You've done this. And I hadn't spoken to her in about a year, and I thought, what a nice message. And that, like, honestly, I don't think she even realizes how much that message just shifted me. I was like, fuck yeah, you're right. I'm going to keep going. But with this, like, part of your journey to make that million will be the compound. You have to compound it.
Yeah.
Because when you have, and also as well, one thing that I didn't do from the start, which we're only really starting to do now, is track data, because the data doesn't lie. And what data is, it's looking at, right, okay, so if X amount of people have signed up, but X amount of people turned up. If it's lower, it's the emails, it's the conversation between them signing up to them not signing up. If it's higher, that's perfect. Then if you don't convert people on your webinar, on your launch, that's to do with like your actual presentation and things like that. So what we can do is, that's why we invest enough where it feels a little bit scary if you lose it, but we're not going to go in at 150 because A, you don't have it, but B, we can't track anything then. So we need to be able to track it, because every time you get the data, the numbers don't lie. So the numbers allow you to spend confidently, because as humans, we all follow 12 basic personality archetypes, 4 main ones. But when you look at that, like, everyone fits into those boxes. So people aren't dissimilar. The numbers don't lie. And also being in the inner circle, like, that's one thing that's really been drummed home to me is the numbers don't lie. Like, if you track your numbers and you track this, like, it is just math. And that's been a real paradigm shift for me, because before I used to think success and scaling was magic, or like, I thought it was just a whim, or I thought it was just wow. But it isn't, it's data. And
so
even
I was going
to say, even we're working with Cal's sister, Emma Cooper, and Amy, like, they're going heavy on the data, but it's like, this is the next step.
So this is what I think people think, like, you've got to be a well-known coach for a long time to have that kind of success. Again, I'm starting from absolute scratch. I didn't even know that I was going into coaching. I didn't even know I was creating something. This has all happened within the space of a very short amount of time.
It has,
But even when you said that about spending $5,000 on your first lot of ads and $5,000 on your funnels, that didn't bother me. I've already got it in my head. My first ad spend will be 20 grand plus. So I'm quite comfortable with that, where 20 grand for me would have been like a year's wage or something. Like, I would have been.
Well, it's a year's wage. Like, for some people it is.
Yeah. But this is my point. People think you have to be a well-known, like, super successful already coach to be doing that. I'm literally, you're showing me, fair enough, I'm very lucky that you've tried and tested this, but I'm literally showing the results of this is so exciting, isn't it, this experiment?
It is exciting. And I think that's the thing, like, what I really want people to see is, like, if I can do it and you can do it, like, they literally can do it. And it's just society and social media and, the doom and the gloom and blah, 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 the news that makes people believe that they can't.
Do you know what I've just thought of? On one of our last podcasts, we said about the millionaires and obviously the very, very, very wealthy people that we're meeting in America, and they're so kind. They're always sharing. You are that. Like, you literally share everything step by step. Even the courses that you've got at the moment, everything you've learned in America, you've crammed it into like a 2-day event. When I was there, I was like, you're giving everything away. Well, you literally do. You're the most down to earth, and if I can do it, you want others to do it. It's unbelievable. And
I do want others to do it.
We talked about that though, with their success. They're generous. They give. They've got time. They're sharing the secrets. You're literally sharing step by step. If I can do it, so can you.
Oh, thanks, Jen. Oh my God, do you know what's coming up though? I've got internal beliefs coming up. Like, people are going to think we've totally staged this, because this is making me look really good.
We haven't. These are just general. Because we never really talk like this. I don't sit and question everything like I don't have time.
Too busy making the millions.
No, it's not staged. I've got 3 bullet points there, but I've just wrote down. I was like, what am I going to ask you? But it's because I know that other people that I started out with absolutely no money. I didn't have money to put into anything. I was still working. I took my own course, what I created, and tried and tested it in school. I've not had any hand-me-downs. I've literally, this has all been from scratch, and I've gone into launches without ads, without even knowing what a webinar is, without anything. And already, there's 53 grand coming in that account. It's freaking unbelievable. And everything that you're sharing with me, you're giving everything away. Like, it's amazing.
Do you know what's interesting, right? Just talking on that, not giving stuff away, but do you know when you're saying, like, people think you have to be a well-known coach? Like, this blew my mind. So when you're in a circle, like, you have people like, Richmond, I think he's got like 3,000 followers. He's done $8 million this year.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's why my group with 280 people in it, it's like
50 odd grand.
Yeah.
Like, you don't, but and again, I think this is like, hopefully what this is doing, it's breaking down beliefs for what is actually possible if you allow yourself to think outside the box. Yeah.
What's your next step?
Well, the next step is I'd love to do 10 million. That's the goal. That's the goal. It's funny though, because like, I've gone from having absolute certainty and conviction. Look, I'm crossing my arms now.
I'm so interviewing you like that though.
I've gone from having absolute certainty and conviction to like really wavering and questioning it. But again, this morning, knowing I'm coming here, and not even know that you're going to interview me, but I've just been thinking I haven't really anchored in on my North Star for a while. So like, I feel like I know I want to do it, but really I need to connect to the outcome of that.
I can't wait till America, because I anchored in on my North Star for a while until that advanced session that I've just done with you. And when I was looking at my North Star and she was talking to me from where I wanted her to talk to me from, I've had a massive big shift again, and I feel like we have to, it's the work that you also do is important. I mean, I've been speaking to people lately, the amount of bonuses and things that when I first joined Belief Coding, the amount of bonus, I've still not gone through half of them bonuses. There's that much information and that much stuff and that much like the holistic side and spiritual stuff and everything else that you add in. It's a really beautiful journey for anyone that if they want to go down that road. But obviously it's my journey and it's how I've bloody got to where I've got, because I never really ever expected to be doing what I'm doing now when I first joined Belief Coding.
Well, actually, so we were working out, you joined Conscious Female Entrepreneurs, which was like my business membership for spiritual females in business.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
And because I had that Inspired Health and Wellbeing, the gym, and my profit, I don't think we've ever shared this, my profit wasn't profit, but I was £100 every month extra from what my bills were for that centre.
Wow.
That was my wage for the month, £100. And I was putting so many classes on, but it wasn't earning me money at all. But there was over 100 kids that come through that building and I could not close it down. I was like, it's such a deprived area, where the kids going to go, what we're going to, and I was absolutely slumming it. But I think the fear of failure, a lot of people hold on to businesses, fear of failure, what am I going to do? I've just had a business for 5 years, now I'm going to not have a business. Like all them things were making me hold on to something. But again, it's true what you say, the minute you let go of something that's not working, you're giving room for something else to come in.
Do you know what's just come to my mind? So I remember the first business I ever had, like not the catering one, but like my first prop on where I went all in was one called Video Ties, right? And it was, I'd worked for a company called Touch Local and they sold video marketing. And bearing in mind I was only 21, I was like, I could do this. I set my own company up. Oh my God, I couldn't do it. But literally for every single day, and this is where I created a belief of organisation leads to failure, right? So I've worked on that, although I'm working with Emma and Ames, I feel like I still need to be a bit more organised. But with that, like my mum, bless her, like I just didn't have it just wasn't successful. Like I made so many mistakes in that business. I remember going to pitch to somebody and they were like, okay, send me a proposal over. Oh my God, I went back in after sending this proposal. The guy was fuming. He's like, what the hell is it? Are you trying to take the piss and waste my time? I was like, oh, what do you mean? It's like, this is a wrong sentence. The spelling's all wrong. Because like the spell, I was so embarrassed. Like the spelling, everything was horrific. I'd got an office, like my mum, bless her, she didn't have much money, but she was like helping me. I ended up getting my mum in like $5,000 worth of debt, and I just had to accept to myself that this business is not working. But then I got depressed because like literally, I like in my head it was just never not going to work. It was just going to be successful. It was going to make me thousands upon thousands of pounds, and then it didn't work. And then I was like, well, what am I supposed to do every day? And then I got depressed.
Yeah, and this is the thing as well.
21.
I want people to know though, but you've always carried on because you always you say it to me all the time. What do you say? Have you still keep the ball up, or what do you say?
We're keeping the ball up. We're not dropping the ball.
We're not dropping the ball. Yeah. You say it all the time now, and I'm like,
yeah, we're not dropping the ball.
We're not dropping the ball. But
keep going.
The power of that's what you've said to me, and it stuck. Like to be successful, it's not how professional or how perfect you are. It's that you never keep going up and you keep going.
Because even from that, right? So it's interesting. So that was all. When I look back now, that business that was an epic fail. It made me really start to work on my presentations. It made me really understand that people need correct grammar. So I learned so much from that. And then I went on to do events. And then again, like everything I've done in business has helped me to this because I had to figure stuff out. And then what was interesting, actually, another thing's just come into me. So I had a fashion business with the girl's dad. And when we split up, that relationship was just, it wasn't great. Like just both very... It just wasn't a great relationship. Anyway, when we split up, he took the business, even though I worked in it all the time. But again, he was in a bad headspace. So he took the business. I had to move back in with my mum. But that was the first time really I felt totally burnt out. I felt totally lost. And I got really scared because that drive that I'd always had disappeared. Like I was really scared. And I remember speaking to my dad and I was like, Dad, like I just don't know what I'm going to do. I feel like I've just got no drive. I feel really scared. I feel like it's never going to come back. And it's probably the second time in my life where I've heard my dad, his voice sounded concerned. And he was like, honestly, Jess, it'll come back. Just have faith, it'll come back. I don't know, but it took me a good 6 months to kind of just really and I'll be okay. Then I started working for my friend Charlotte, who was amazing. Like, she really did help me when in a really dark time. She made me, I came to work for her to do sales. Then she made me the director of a company, an equal shareholder. Then I went on to The Apprentice after that.
I was going to get to The Apprentice.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Did you apply for that yourself? Like,
yeah. Have I not told you the story behind The Apprentice?
No, I love it though. Did they?
Yeah. So I actually applied for The Apprentice twice. I got into The Apprentice twice, right? So the first time I got into The Apprentice was when I was with the girl's father. And I was like, I've got an interview for The Apprentice. Like, what? But I was pregnant with Hattie at that time, right? But I didn't tell them. So I went for this interview. I was about 4 or 5 months pregnant, but I wasn't really showing, right? I just looked like I had a bit of a belly. Anyway, I got through to that last round. They're like, right, congratulations, you're in. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm in. And in my head, but prior to that, right, we went for a day where you had to fill out loads of forms. It's like, are you pregnant? And I was like, yes. I ticked the box, right? But it was just a little box. And I was like, how many months? Anyway, so I don't think they realised that I was actually pregnant, right? So they offered me the place and like, oh, this is all it. And I was like, oh my God. And in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm going to be the first pregnant woman on The Apprentice. I'm doing it for all the mums out there. Like, literally thinking I could imagine myself like trotting along in my heels with this big pregnant belly. And then they messaged me saying, oh, we're going to have to retract your space. We can't get insurance for you because you're pregnant. But the conversation sounded quite sheepish. I don't think they realised, right? That was season 10. And literally I had Hattie, the best thing. And
was you gutted about that though?
I
that was
devastated.
I bet.
Because the thing is, right, I had this feeling I was going to get on it, but then when I got on it, I was like, wow. Like, I felt like I'd built this thing, like everyone's going to see that I am good enough, that I am clever enough, that I can be successful. But in hindsight, it definitely wasn't the time.
Yeah.
And then 2 years later, like, me and the girl's dad split up and my sister was like, just apply for The Apprentice again. I was like, no, pity party. I was like, I'm not going to get in, no. She was like, just do it, just apply for it. I was like, I'm not going to get in. And then she convinced me. I was like, okay, I'm going to apply for it. So I went on to apply and they shut, like, the applications were closed. But at that point, I was like, no, I'm getting on that damn program. So I rings the production company up.
I love this.
I rings the production company. I was like, listen, I need to be on The Apprentice. I went, you need me on your show. They were like, just send an email. The applications are closed. I was like, I ain't sending an email. I said, I need to be on. I said, look, just send an email. I was like, fuck's sake. So I sent an email.
Did you say I was from the last one?
Yeah. I said, look, I got on it 2 years ago. They're like, look, I'm sorry, the application's closed. They were like, just send an email. So I sent an email, but I remembered the email format. Like, so it's like first name dot second name at Lime Studios or whatever the production company was called. So then I went on LinkedIn and sorry, the email back saying, sorry, applications are closed. Like, please apply next year. But I was like, no, I'm getting on that damn show. And then, so I searched for on LinkedIn, the executive producer of The Apprentice and of the production, or whatever the company was, emailed them. I was like, look, I should have been on the show 2 years ago. I got on. But I was pregnant, so they retracted my offer. Anyway, literally, the lady called Cam emailed me back. She's like, right, okay, you've got an interview for this date.
Wow.
Turn up. And then that was it.
How did you get on Big Brother then?
Well, it's Celebrity Big Brother.
Celebrity Big Brother?
Yeah.
Was it from that?
From The Apprentice, yeah. I don't mention that one. I don't mention the CBB.
See, I never watched The Apprentice, but there's certain ones that I've Googled when I think you've said, I don't know, but the Big Brother, I never watched that either.
Yeah.
And I have Googled a few of that, but I'll let other people.
Honestly, I have some dodgy underwear shots. I'm like,
is there?
Oh my God. Yeah, like some of the stuff I'm thinking, but I was the crazy thing is, right, like if I would have had my time.
It's like you're a different, completely
I am a totally different person. And the
How long ago was that?
9 years ago.
Wow.
But the interesting thing is, like, when I was on The Apprentice, there was me and Trishna, and we were like, oh God, we'll never do Big Brother. Oh God, if they ask us, there's no way we're doing Celebrity Big Brother. And then Celebrity Big Brother came knocking it because I was like, oh, I like this fame. I was chasing it because I needed to feel validated. I needed to, because I lacked such confidence and I had low self-esteem. And like, I needed to feel good enough. And that's why I went on the show. Whereas in hindsight, looking back now, oh my God, there's just no way in hell I'd ever do that. And even now, if I had my time again, I would have really focused back onto my business. I would have focused on just my business, because that was I don't say it's a wasted opportunity actually, because, is it good news or bad news? Who can tell? And everything up to my life now has gotten to this point, which I'm bloody like grateful for. But Yeah, I don't mention the celebrity Big Brother, but if anyone says Big Brother, I'm like, celebrity, I'm like, no, I don't want people thinking I did that for free.
There's something else I want to ask you, and I don't know if you're going to fully answer it.
Go on.
But I'm going to ask it anyway.
Look how it comes up for you.
Because belief coding is absolutely unbelievable, and even every time I speak to someone, they're like, for one person to create what you've created, and I know you do say it's definitely been downloading, and I've done a belief coding session with you myself and made you like literally say thank you to the above, because
that was powerful, that session.
It's honestly unbelievable what you've created, but the behind it, and for the children's, because you did that for your girls and what they was experiencing, and it's just the story of belief coding is unbelievable, but the amount of lives and people it's helped and saved and businesses it's created, it's huge. And I do believe you're going to go totally 100%. Wait, it's already going global. But this is a question I want to ask you. Are you going to create something else?
Oh, do you know what? I do feel there is something else. So it's interesting. Before I created belief coding, I always knew I was going to create something, right? And I can't describe it. It was just this feeling of, I'm going to have my own technique. And it was a real feeling. And then like spirit, God, the universe, whatever you call it, just things came into my awareness. And I was like, okay, I know I need to know that. A book would stand out, a course would come out, I'd read a peer review study. Things were brought to me from an energetic perspective, right? So like now I have that same feeling. I have the same feeling that, okay, there's something coming that is a creation, but I don't know what it is. But with everything, I'm just trusting that. To be honest, I didn't think that was the question that you're going to ask me. I think.
What did you think?
I have no idea. I thought that was an all right question.
It is an all right question, because I do think, and I've said it to you before, I think you're the English version of like, what's he called now? His name's just gone out of my head and I watch him all the time. Joe Dispenza.
Oh, I do feel that.
I feel like you're the English version of it. Like, honestly, when the stuff that I've seen it with my own eyes.
I have actually created something, but it is kind of like belief coding. So this is a framework that I'm fine tuning.
Is this like a exclusive?
Oh, it can be, yeah. It can be. So it's a framework that I'm fine tuning, but basically, right. So when we have the desire to do something, the feeling of desire, like that taps into curiosity, that taps into, drive. It taps into lots of different things, right? So I've created a way where I can plant the seeds of desire throughout our whole life. Like it's really quite powerful. I did it on Tracy, not so long ago. Oh, yeah, I didn't Trace it not so long ago, and actually I'm going to catch up with Trace. But it's super, super powerful. So if you want a guinea pig, if I need a guinea pig, oh my God, do it in America with you. Do you want me to do it in America?
Plant the seeds of desire, yes, please.
I'm
just thinking I've seen videos of Tracy in America doing something she'd never normally do with bloody Tony Robbins' wife.
Yeah, Sage Robbins, yeah.
So if that's from that session, yeah.
Well, actually, I'll speak to her. I don't know if it is from that session, but what's interesting, so Tracy... like she was belief coding for life and she's gone through a huge identity shift. So I did a session for her, but she felt like nothing had shifted. But actually, then she worked with one of her coaches, but it's definitely taken her onto her purpose because she's she's like, I've got such a soft spot for Trace. Go on, what were you going to say?
When we talk about identity, I love Trace as well. Sorry, I feel like I just, because you just mentioned identity shifts. Now, when you first started talking about that and I watched you and I was seeing you online and I was like, what can that mean? Like, what even is that? Yeah. And now I've experienced
an identity shift.
I've literally experienced it, not once, not twice, but now I think I'm on my third. But for people that don't know what an identity shift is, how can you best explain that? Because...
So an identity shift is when you go from thinking something is definitely not possible for you to actually living the impossible. So for example, when I went from being a single mum on benefits to then having a successful business, that's an identity shift because
you just so it's over time and that's who
it can be, but like so the thing is, right, so your identity shifts tend to be over time. So if you look back to like who you are now, you're not the same person who you were 10 years ago, and that's all to do with your experiences. That's all to do with the subconscious, like learning things, creating a new bias. Whereas when we look at something like belief coding allows you to create new experiences so you get to the new identity quicker. So for example, like one of my new identity shifts is, I'm transitioning from being a 7-figure business owner to an 8-figure business owner, but I can't be the same person with the same beliefs, with the same actions running a 7-figure business than I am when I'm running an 8-figure business. And even now, so I've just paid an agency 16 grand to do a launch for 2 weeks. But a month ago,
16 grand plus all your 60 grand on ads.
Ads, yeah, it's like 76 grand in the past 2 weeks. But a month ago, there's no way I'd have done that. I'm not paying 16 grand. Oh, Jesus Christ. So I know I've done some sort of shift to transition to that 8-figure business owner, because actually I want people who are the top of the game. I want people who are looking at the data. I want people who are my second eyes feeding back to me. And then also it's making me look at like, who else do I need to get me to this level? And it's kind of, I've gone from feeling really scared to invest in experts to like, no, I need my who's. Like, I don't want to figure out how to get there. I need the who knows how to get there.
Do you know what else I see you doing? Big like events, like a Tony Robbins event.
This is what Alex is doing with me.
Yeah,
this is what I was talking about. So this is what Alex is going to. So we want to do a huge event, like every quarter.
Amazing.
But big events for like our first event. We want to get 1,000 people there.
Yeah, I think you'll easy do that.
Oh, thanks, Jem. Do you want to come?
I can, yeah. What do you mean, do I want it? I'm not there, girl. I feel like you're going to do that, though, because I think we don't have anything. I've watched that Adam Scott again, but he's in that inner circle, but he's in England, and he does mini ones, and they're very successful, but I still always think in the back of my head, can you imagine going to one of your day events? Bearing in mind, I have experienced your retreats. So if it's anything like a day at that retreat.
Well, it's going to be a day event. So it's going to be like a day retreat, well, over 2 days. So 2 days, because basically the infrastructure, right, let me go back. So Alex does events. He's done events in the past. Like he used to have really successful trade shows. So he's like, right, if you're going to do it, we're better off doing 2 days, because you're going to always have the infrastructure for the first day. So you might as well do 2. So what we want to do is it's going to be a full-on experience. And it's going to be kind of like a day, like 2-day retreat, doing some of the techniques that you discovered when you came on mine, plus kind of like conference talks. But it's going to be a journey of transformation for people: mind, body, business, soul, health, wealth, happiness, confidence.
Amazing. Are you doing another retreat?
I don't know yet. I do them whenever I feel. I do whenever I get the download.
Yeah, because that was unbelievable. I wish that would have been filmed. That would have been such good TV.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable. I've never experienced anything like it. And I was looking at you, that it was like you was possessed.
In a good way, though, yeah.
In a good way. It was like you was, honestly, I feel like you're probably the most spiritual person I've ever met. And that's probably why I love you so much, because I thought I was the only one. But you've got unbelievable gifts, but I feel like there was something inside you that you were so focused, you were so on it, at it, even with us, and we were sharing a room, you was just like, I don't know, you was just resting, then he was up, and it's like you turned into exactly who you needed to be for these women. And even I was like watching you like, I was so in shock. I was in awe by you, but I was in shock of the things that you was asking people to do. And then the shifts at the end, it's like you just almost knew what was you'd never done something that intense before, a retreat that intense.
It was amazing.
But they was instant transformations, like freaking hell, I've never witnessed anything like it. If that would have been on telly, it would have been like an absolute #1 Netflix top watch thing. It would have been.
Thanks,
It would have been. So next one, I feel like it's coming up. This has been fantastic. What else can I ask you?
I don't know, whatever you want to ask, or you might not have any more.
I do feel like there's loads, but I'm trying to think now. I'm going to ask you something what I think the viewers would want to listen, and I mean, they'd want to know all of that. Of course they would. But what else would if there was like a ring in? I feel like we're on GMTV.
A ring
in. What would you like to ask? So I've already asked you what's next for you, and I know that obviously your goal obviously is to the 10 million and mine's to the million. So you've already explained about your beliefs and everything else. Do you think then you're going to go into coaching? Like, are you going to make a program to coach other people? Like Russell, like your
Russell's
coach now, Russell now, his main focus is making other people get to millionaires.
To be fair, actually, I do love doing this. Like, do you know when we have our little strategy calls?
Yeah.
And I'm like, right, you need to do this. She said, because I feel like I can see the blind spots. I feel like I know what you need to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, and that's like especially next year, or especially like going into it. Well, yeah, because I love this, and I think because I've got the tool belief code, I feel like this is a plug for my business here. By the way, like I do.
It's not. These are just genuine.
I feel like these guys. I'm just saying, I need to work on this belief though, because even now
you do. But there'll be loads of people like you've just said. You've invested £16,000 into someone to just do a 2-week launch for you.
Yeah,
there's people out there that would love to invest into a coach when they know they're going to make success like that. Would you be taking on like high ticket? Because it's obviously it's a big thing, but it's what your coach is doing now. I've watched watched his success and how you kind of in the same lines, and then to coach other people to do that.
I do love coaching, and I do love coaching. I don't think I'll do one-on-one coaching though. But I do, and the only reason is with I love doing one-on-one coaching with you, and I love doing one-on-one coaching with my sister. But it gives it gives a lot of my time. I love a group dynamic.
Yeah.
Because what you'll find is with a group dynamic, everyone is on. For me, Russell doesn't coach us. We go there, we don't get one-on-one time with Russell.
Yeah.
But what we do get is a group of people who share the same problems, who have solutions to different problems. That for me is why I'm going to invest again, because that's the thing. That's where I get the nuggets of gold from. Russell is absolutely incredible and he's brilliant, but the people in his circle I know are the best. We're in there with a guy called Peter Swain, who's the founder of Yelp. Adam Stott, one of the biggest business
I think
coaches.
You should do that in England. You should have a
mastermind,
a winner's circle.
Oh, winner's circle!
Really,
welcome to the winner's circle. Yeah, I might do actually. If you're interested in my winner's circle, comment below.
No, I'm being serious. We can have one event a month, and they all network. Imagine how powerful that network of people would be.
Yeah, the winner's circle.
The winner's circle. It really will be, but it'd be a high. I just think it'd be great. I'd definitely join it.
Okay, well, let's do it.
And we're winners.
Winners take action.
I knew you was going to say that. And on that note.
Oh, amazing. Well, thank you. Yeah, I feel like this has been a massive plug just for me and my business.
No, it's not. It's very genuine. These are questions that, I wanted to know about relationships. I feel like I'm stepping up. And if I'm saying to people, I've had an identity shift, they're like, what's that? And you've explained that for me. You've talked about relationships because I'm experiencing it myself. Yeah. I'm experiencing the more success I'm getting, the more people around me are saying, oh, what are you doing that for? Or you're putting out too much time. You're going to stress yourself out. You're going to this. It's almost like I'm getting annoyed because I'm like.
Do you know what? Actually, that is a common thing that people around you saying, don't work yourself too hard, or maybe you're doing too much. No, success.
You're going to burn out.
Yeah, but no, the thing is, when you are alive with the work that you do, you are literally living on life force energy. I
feel like that.
I feel that you're energized. I don't think and I think the thing is, when you're on verge of burnout, but you're on the verge of greatness. You're on the verge of greatness.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Whereas I feel like I'm on the verge of burnout at the moment.
Do you?
Yeah, well, yeah, a little bit, but I've been non-stop for since I've come back from America.
Honestly.
And we're going again on Tuesday. So I've literally been non-stop, but I feel energized. But really in the past 6 weeks, I've done 4 in-person events. You know what I mean? 4 days, 3 days. No, I've done more. I've done the advanced, the belief coding, my
Money
mastermind.
Makers.
You are. Money Makers, yeah, 4.
So, and a podcast launch.
Yeah.
And 5 children.
Yeah, so I feel but I'm looking forward to when I get back from America, I'm literally not doing anything. I've just got, just day-to-day stuff. I haven't got anything penciled in.
And ABG and all the trials.
Oh, yeah, the trials, of course, that's it, yeah.
Christ.
We've done all the scientific trials, which were really amazing. So I think I've literally, it's been full on, it's been amazing, but I am 100,000,000% looking forward to
some time out.
Yeah, so that's going to be the first week in November because then the kids are off as well on half term. So when we get back from America, I've just got time with the kids then, which would be nice.
I know I've just booked a trip for me and Daisy to Rome.
Oh.
This is another thing about my level up as well. Just to book a nice trip, and I've upgraded us to the junior suite.
Oh.
But showing Daisy. Oh, that's what I'll ask you. So your girls, absolutely gorgeous girls, but they're already little entrepreneurs. I'll do that for you if I can get paid for that. You teach them really well, and I love that because I've always done that with Daisy. Daisy has got everything she wants, but she's earned it and she works for it, and she's got a little business and she does well, and she's bought her own car and everything that's
And she's only 17.
She's 17. Yeah. She's literally that's the thing. Do you think you want your girls to follow in your footsteps in that kind of?
Do you know what? Right, I actually don't care if they follow my footsteps. I want them to be happy. That's the first and foremost. But what's really interesting, so because their dad passed away, for a lot of years, I definitely overcompensated. I was giving them everything, but then they become the expensive, well, where's this? And then it dawned on me, I was like, hang on a minute. What's helped me to become successful and happy? It's when I've had to figure it out myself. It's now, don't get me wrong, now and again, we'll take them out, we'll treat them. Once a year, we do a yes day where, literally they can have anything they want.
Well,
yeah. And it's 1 day a year. But I say, look, as soon as you take the mickey on this yes day, that's when it stops. So they know the rules of it, right? But anytime they want something, I'm like, okay, so you want it. How much is it? Okay, so this is what you need to do. I want you to do this task. I want you to do that task. So they're learning to, okay, if I want something, then I can get it, but I need to earn it, or I need to do this, or I need to do that. And the money always changes. So again, because I don't want them to have a limited money mindset, right? So if I'm like, all right, you get £2 for that. Well, no, because then I'm teaching them that work hard for not very much money. I don't want to instill that into them. So sometimes I'm like, I'll give you £2. Other times it's like, I'll give you 20. Or like, and like, well, you give me that. Or like, you give me £20 last time. I'm like, yeah, but last time, you know, there was pressure added on. I needed it doing quick. So I'm explaining the conditions around them getting paid. So it's like when Jem came to stay at my house, like the spare bedroom needed setting up, right? So I was like, right, I'll give you a tenner. Like, it'll take you like 20, 30 minutes. I'll give you a tenner for doing it. So now, like, you said you gave us 10 for time. I'm like, yeah, but nobody's seen
No.
that.
The girls absolutely was winning with that bartering. She was like, no. Because she knew
she knows how to barter with me, yeah.
She knew that you needed it, you wanted her to do it. I was there, so she upped the game. She was like 15.
Yeah, she knows how to negotiate. He was like,
I can't believe you're doing that. $12.50. She went, like, I loved it.
Yeah.
And they did a good job. Like,
they did really
like, I love that. But
they put little chocolates on your bed, didn't they?
No.
Oh, did they? Oh, they must have done that for my dad. Sorry, Jeff.
That would have been so cute. But it was beautiful. She'd sprayed pillar spray and everything. It was dead cute. But Daisy's done that. because I thought that I've overcompensated. So every time I've done well, or basically everything I was earning was for Daisy, because she'd witnessed so, like,
It's the guilt we hold on to, isn't it?
I stayed single for 10 years because I wanted to put my all into making sure that I was making sure she wasn't going through any kind of troubles. She was just starting high school, so I felt like she needed that, but I overcompensated by giving her whatever she wanted. And then when it was 14, 15, I started panicking, thinking, Jesus, I've really made a rod for my own back here. So that's when I started introducing, like, look, I'll buy you. She wanted Dior makeup. I didn't even wear Dior makeup myself. Like, I was still on the Rimmel days then. And she's like sending me links for blushes at £50. So I'll buy it you once, and you can experience it and feel what it feels like to have this expensive makeup. You look after it, and then if you want it again, you buy it yourself. And you have to earn it. And then she started coming to the pier with me, but she used to, like, most 8 days was coming to the pier with me from about 10. So most kids...
And tell people what you did on the pier. So I know what you did, but they might not know.
Face painting and hair braiding.
So that was your own little business, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that's what Daisy does now, isn't it? She took it over.
Yeah. So I gifted that business to her, but she deserved it. She come with me all the time, but she loved it because she learned what working was a bit hustling and seeing me pulling families over, like, come on. And this, I said to Daisy, if you do a face paint, you can, if you stand there and show them your hair braid, they're going to want a hair braid. That means you're getting 2 for that. So Daisy would come and do the, like, add-on sell with me, and it was so cute. But sometimes I'd have to be there till 11 o'clock at night on a weekend. So I had to make it fun for her. So then I started getting her own little face paint. You could do this. You could charge half price and she was so excited to do that. So she's ended up becoming a little hustler and
she's only 17.
And now she's done amazing. But she buys expensive. She goes shopping with her friends. Like, her friends have got 20 quid to go in Primark. She's like, I'm just going to go Selfridges, and comes out with all the stuff in her bags. But she's earned it. So in her mind, she's like, Mum, but I've worked hard for this.
Yeah.
So I will buy expensive makeup, so it's just embedded in her. Whereas freaking hell, me at 17, it's on a park bench drinking, getting nicked. Do you know what I mean? It's like how you can...
You broke the generational trend. Yeah. You really have.
But she's now wants to... I've never wanted, like... getting nicked, yeah. So she's wants to travel. She's always wanted to travel from her. So I'm encouraging her to do what... This is her journey. And I think when people ask me about...
Do you know what I've just thought about? This just shows our friendship. I was like, Genmma, do you want to move to Dubai? And like, but that's not fabricated, has it? But we're still friends.
What do you mean?
Do you get what I mean? Like, just thinking about friendships, like, based on pure friendship. So, like, I've come to you like, Jem, I'm thinking of doing this. Are you up for it? Jem, I'm thinking of doing that. Are you up for that?
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
I literally told Daisy we was going to move to Dubai. I rang round people just to make sure that everyone was okay. I was going to leave the country, even if it's just for a year. I'm going to take this opportunity.
Yeah, because we want it. And then to America. I was like, Jem, do you want to move to America?
Then I was going to move to America. The thing is, Daisy's like, Mum, let's do it. I said, I might go first for a couple of months and you might have to go to your dad. She's like, no, I'm coming with you. I want to move. She would just literally I thought, do you know what? It's experience, and I'm all about. Bearing in mind, I lost both my parents so close together, and I thought life is about taking opportunities, taking chances, doing.
I've got this opportunity for you. I'm scared now, Jem. We're not going to do that.
I know. I was like, when do you think this move to Dubai? Because I'm going to have to start like making. I don't know whether to buy a new car. That's the thing. I said, I was going to buy a new car, and I thought, no, I don't need to because I'm moving to Dubai. I'm so glad that I can keep up with you though, because I'm like that. You'll say something and then it might not happen, but I don't go, wow, what about that? For me,
she's just thinking it. Yeah. I'm the same though. If someone's like, oh, do you want to dress? I'm like, yeah, definitely. If it don't come to fruition, I'm like, oh, not meant to be.
Yeah.
Like, don't hold anything. It's like, oh, it just is.
Yeah. But maybe I shouldn't have been in Dubai because now look at us doing a Millionaire method.
And also as well, like I think as well, like whenever you say something or I say something, you know the intention behind it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's going off on a tangent on that.
Well, I know what was we saying before that. I don't know what we were saying. Oh, we was on about, so Daisy wants to travel, so that she's going to travel and so our girls will go into whatever. That's what I was saying. It's their journey. And I think when you learn to I say this to a lot of parents, obviously I'm working with these children, the parents are then feeling like, well, what is it that have I done something wrong? Or,
they don't get it, do they?
Just let them be on their journey, like let them feel seen and heard. It's the main thing that I say to all of our mums, like when a child feels seen and heard, and they will be unstoppable. And if you believe in their dreams, they're going to believe in their dreams and they're going to make it. It's that simple.
I think as well, one of the best things that I've ever heard, I don't know if I said this. No, this is what I said. Yeah, I was like, one of the best things I've ever heard from myself. But no, I had this download and this realization that, I can't believe that I've come to this, planet to experience all these things for my purpose and then not think the same for my kids. So from what they've been through, and I think a lot of parents, they feel really bad that they're worried, they're scared that, things that the children have experienced or seen is going to affect them. But then most people believe that everything that they've gone through has happened for a reason. So if we believe that, we also have to believe the same has to be true for our kids. Yeah. And that's massively, massively helped me.
Yeah. So I think it was someone said that to me. Daisy chose you as a parent.
Was that me? I think it might have been.
It was you, wasn't it? Remember, they chose you.
Yeah.
So this is
it might have been Leanne Brown, actually. It might have been me or Leanne, because we both share the same thing, so it could have been on the retreat.
Yeah. Yeah, Leanne does say stuff like that all the time. She chose. Oh, yeah, Leanne does say it all the time, actually, on her thing. She's like, they chose. But she chose, and I do believe, like, she's super special, and she was probably, she was sent. Angel. She's a complete angel.
I feel that about my kids.
Oh. That's another cute thing to end. Look at me comfort.
I know, stroking the settee.
Is there anything you want to say?
No, just I feel like this has been a massive plug for my coaching style, my retreats, belief coaching.
Yeah, but I don't know why you say that. You need to work on that.
I do, yeah.
Because it's almost like you feel like, why do you feel like that? These are just this is how our friendship is anyway. And I love the fact that you're open, you're honest, you say it how it is. And I like to say things back to you because there's a lot of people. Jess, you're amazing.
I feel, look at me grabbing my fingers now.
You're so amazing. I'm so blessed to have you as a friend and this whole journey that I've been on and to with me. I feel like you was one of my angels. I'd prayed for you, but you are amazing, and it's nice sometimes for the founder to be bigged up a little bit.
We love you.
Thanks, Jem. We'll end it on that. I think it's lovely.
Sponsored by Belief Coding.
Oh yeah, so this podcast was brought to you by Belief Coding.
Always lowering the tone.